Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you my March setup. I'm a bit late in sharing my video this month because it's been really busy with school and work, and I've been quite swamped. Most of the time I like to have my setup done at least 2 weeks in advance, but this time I only got to work on it about a couple days before the end of the month. Because I was pressed for time, I made my setup a lot simpler than my usual spreads. I think that for this month's setup, I only spent about a couple hours over something like 2 days to finish everything. Usually just the cover page alone would take a couple hours because I like to add a lot of details to my cover page and artwork in my spreads. Speaking of my cover page, in which I painted a carousel in the clouds, I actually did record the whole process, but I accidentally deleted it, so I wasn't able to share that in this video. If you're interested in seeing the process though, I did have a short video of it on my Instagram, so you can go check it out there. For future videos though, I'll try to not accidentally delete my footage, and I will try to share the painting and setup processes, because when I did a poll through the community tab recently, I found out that most of you actually do want me to include the painting processes. I had assumed that you might have thought it'd be boring, but apparently not, so I'll do my best to include that in these videos from here on out. I also found out from that same poll that you would like to see my other arts and crafts projects, which I will try to do more of and share more of when I have breaks from school. I had mentioned in my last video, in my February setup one, that I was trying out some condensed formats, so smaller calendars and smaller sections for my weeklies, and I wasn't sure whether or not I would like that or whether that would actually give me enough space to write everything. Turns out that I actually did like it, and it was enough space, although it might be because that I just write smaller if I give myself less space, but it turns out I like it, so I do want to continue trying this format. In the future, I probably will just alternate between the two, sometimes giving myself more space, sometimes giving myself less space, because what I've noticed is that I do like to have variability in my bullet journal to keep me interested. The paints that you're seeing me use right now are holographic watercolors that I got from Europe. These are the most expensive watercolors that I have ever gotten, and it really hurt my wallet when I bought these, so I will be trying to use them sparingly. But then I really like how sparkly it is, and as you all know, because I keep talking about it, I am obsessed with sparkly things, so I just had to buy these, even though I did hesitate for over a year before choosing to do so because it's so expensive. As always, I will be providing links in the description below as to what materials that I'm using and where you can get them too if you're interested, if I can find links for them. I am not sponsored or affiliated with any of the products that I'm using, just mentioning them if I like them and think that you may be interested in them as well. I wish I could capture just how sparkly these paints really are in real life on video, but they just don't show up that well in the video. But I have been really happy to use these paints, and every time I flip to these pages, the sparkliness just sparks so much joy. For the background here, I did dark blue gouache as the main background, then I started adding in some gold sparkly stars. Originally I had wanted to add a bit more to the background as well, continuing my magical carousel type of theme. I had wanted to add a Ferris wheel in the background, but then as I was painting in these stars, I realized I actually really liked the simple look of the dark sky and the sparkly stars, so I didn't add any more to it. Let me know what you think below. Did you think that I should have added more, or does it look good as is? From my habit trackers last month, I noticed that I didn't do much self-care at all, and so this month I tried to do a self-care bingo to encourage myself to do more self-care on the regular. I've also been enjoying highlighting my favorites of each month, and I've been varying up the categories a little bit from month to month to keep it from becoming mundane and redundant. This time I'm also adding a for next month section in case I want to jot anything down that I want to check out or just to remind myself for the following month. As I was doing these little doodles for self-care activities, I was laughing a little bit at myself because I know that I really should go outside, go be in the sun more, go take walks, go out and enjoy nature, which I really do like, but I'm such a homebody that I don't really leave the house that much, and I know I really ought to do so more. What kind of self-care activities do you do, or would you suggest for me to add to my list for the future? I kept my weeklies very simple this month, partly because I was very busy and didn't have much time to work on the spreads, but also partly because I felt like the background with the gold stars was enough already and I didn't really need to add more to the weekly spreads or else it would look quite cluttered. And I also know because I'm so busy with school and work that these boxes will all get filled up with a lot of words, so it won't really look that empty after I start writing in them anyways. One trivial thing that I'm rather proud of for this month's setup is that I see improvement in the lines that I am drawing with my Tombow brush pens. Previously, every time I drew lines with my brush pens, it would be really squiggly and uneven and not really horizontal or vertical, depending on which direction I'm going for. So I really do see some improvement this time, and I'm really happy with that. So it really goes to show that practice does pay off, and I hope that it will continue to improve along with everything else that I'm working on in terms of my art and bullet journaling. And now for a flip through. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. See you soon.